Championship weekend concludes here. Welcome back to the campus of Dublin High School for this 2012-2013 North Coast Section Boys Division III Championship game between the Bishop O'Dowd Dragons of Oakland with a 25-3 record and the El Cerrito Gauchos with a 22-9 record. Thanks for joining us once again, ladies and gentlemen, on your home for high school sports, playonsports.com. My name's Stephen Davies. I'm pleased to be joined, as always, by Michael Smith, and our man behind the camera tonight is Mr. Omar Lewis. These two teams have met in the postseason 4 times over the last 3 years. Bishop O'Dowd has won each meeting, including last year's 63-50 final in the NCS semifinals. And a big question today, Michael, for El Cerrito, how are they going to deal with the number 1 sophomore in the country, the 6'10 power forward / center, Ivan Rabb?
Well, you know, that's a good question, and I think when you ask the head coach Booker of that, Michael Booker, the head coach of El Cerrito, he'll tell you this, that, you know, they didn't get 25 wins with just Ivan Rabb. They got him with a very good supporting cast, and he said there's a couple things that his team needs to be mindful of. A, they have to pressure up on the guards and stop the penetration, and B, being able to keep Rabb out of the paint if they can so do that. He said his team's going to be up for the challenge, but it is going to be a very difficult one at that. And it's not only Ivan Rabb, as both Carlos Arriaga and the head coach, the new head coach of the Bishop O'Dowd Dragons, that being Lou Ritchie, longtime assistant, first-time head coach here in his first year. They both had a lot of good things to say about the senior forward, Michael Perry, and that he does it all on the floor. He does it the right way, and he is such a talent that a lot of people get caught up in the Rabb factor, and that's when Perry can go off and have himself a nice game. So I think it's more than just Rabb for El Cerrito to have to deal with. Although Rabb is 6'10", and averaging better than 20 points, 10 rebounds. What'd you say his latest stat line was? I believe 40 points and 18 rebounds in his last game. Something very, very hard to stop. And, you know, also you have to look at the Dragons, who have won 18 straight. They have no returners from last year's team, which is amazing. Last year's team, which went to state.
Right.
And they've been winning their playoff games by an average of 30.5 points, outscoring teams throughout the season by a margin of about 11 points per game. And they've had one of the toughest non-league schedules out of any team in the Bay Area. They're unbeaten this year in their West Alameda Foothill Division. And the last time that Bishop O'Dowd went undefeated in league, well, that's when they got their first NCS title in the Doug Vieira era. And then they did it again just last year before Doug Vieira called it quits. The main reason why he called it quits was because he felt that he wanted to spend more time with his family, and he said it was hard to coach a team that has such high expectations. And I did ask Lou Ritchie if it was going to be tough for him to inherit a team with high expectations, and he said he enjoys every second of it.
I can imagine. Comparisons quickly here before we go to the national anthem to Deer Valley, a team, of course, that took their first NCS crown in Division I last night. And in that case, Marcus Lee is the big man that everyone's got an eye on, but it's Kendall Smith, who had a fantastic game last night with 22 points. And that's the sort of role that Michael Perry could fill here tonight, that kind of compliment, if you like, to Ivan Rabb, the big guy in the paint.
And comparing to Deer Valley even more, one thing I will note about El Cerrito, which is going to be hard for Bishop O'Dowd to stop. Everyone's talking about stopping Rabb for O'Dowd, but O'Dowd might have to watch out for the Pippins brothers. They're very quick, and they remind me a lot of the Webster brothers at Deer Valley, Zuzi and Simba.
Time for the national anthem. We'll be right back. Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the 2012-2013 North Coast Section Boys Division III Championship game. Stephen Davies, Michael Smith, and Omar Lewis here from the campus of Dublin High School for this championship game. Let's go over the starters then for both teams. We're beginning with top-seeded Bishop O'Dowd Dragons. The forward, number 2, the aforementioned Michael Perry, 6'3" senior. The guard will be Paris Austin, a 5'10" sophomore. The point guard will be another player to keep an eye on tonight, number 5, Juwan Anderson. Of course, the big man up front, Ivan Rabb, he's wearing number 23, the 6'10" sophomore, and the other forward, the 6'3" senior, Russell Davis. For the El Cerrito Gauchos, the guard, the senior, the 6-footer, Blake Rayford. Number 3, the other point guard will be the captain, Terrell Alcorn. The wingman will be number 4, Saeed Pridgett. The other guard will be number 21, the star player, the 3-year varsity starter, Marcellus Pippins, and a late change to the team, wearing number 22, Yvonne Burden, the power forward here for El Cerrito tonight. All set to go then from the campus of Dublin High School. We're about to get underway. Tip-off contested and won by Bishop O'Dowd as Rabb tips that over to Perry. And here comes Bishop O'Dowd for the first time tonight. Here's Juwan Anderson in possession. He'll give it to Rabb. Back to Paris Austin. Austin trying to drive into the paint. 19 on the shot clock here. Austin working against Pippins. Nice dish inside. Oh, turned away at the basket brilliantly there by Pridgett. And here come El Cerrito quickly down the court. That one runs in and out. That was from Alcorn. And Bishop O'Dowd quickly back down the court. Austin off the glass gets it to go. O'Dowd up 2. 7:20 to go. That's taken away. Stolen there by Juwan Anderson. Dishes it off. Nicely done for Perry with a kiss off the glass. Bishop O'Dowd quickly up by 4, and a timeout called by Michael Booker. And there's something he doesn't like early on here, Michael.
Yeah, and I think it's just foolishness from his team. Right after the points there from Paris Austin, just carelessness as they got past the half-court line. An ill-advised pass, which was stolen by Bishop O'Dowd. And then it was Juwan Anderson feeding a pretty blue plate special dish to Michael Perry, who lays it off the glass with a kiss to make it 4-0. Although I did like that piece of rejection there from Saeed Pridgett of El Cerrito. Boy, did he get up and make one heck of a block.
So often in these championship games, especially on the boys' side, we see a frenetic beginning to the game. And I think that was the right call by Coach Booker to tell his team to slow down a little bit. Plenty of basketball to be played here. Here they are on the left wing with Marcellus Pippins, the 3-year starter. Kicks it out to the top of the key for Alcorn. Shot, no good. Last touch on El Cerrito, so Bishop O'Dowd will inbound. They're going from left to right on your screen wearing the all-white uniforms. El Cerrito right to left in the green. Here's Austin. Shakes a couple of defenders, kicks it back to Anderson. Both double-digit scorers in the beatdown of Drake in the semifinal. Now to Austin on the right side. Here's Rabb, the right elbow, working inside against Yvonne Burden. 13 on the shot clock here. That's taken away underneath from Russell Davis. The last touch, I believe, on El Cerrito, so O'Dowd will maintain possession.
Yeah, another block for Pridgett. That's now 2 blocks for him down low in those bright neon green Nikes. He is a force down low.
O'Dowd maintained possession as Austin lost the handle. That took a deflection off looked like the shin there of Marcellus Pippins, a guy both of us familiar with from El Cerrito's footballing exploits here in 2012-2013, going all the way to the Division III championship game before losing to Marin Catholic.
And actually, I'm mistaken. Those are some bright green Under Armour shoes, a la Brandon Jennings and Derek Williams, and also, I believe, Kent Bazemore, the Warriors, rocks the Under Armour shoes. Rarely seen in basketball these days.
6:28 to go in the first quarter of play. O'Dowd up by 4. Driving along the baseline and getting it to go off the glass is Paris Austin. And he already has 4 points on the day. El Cerrito still looking for their first bucket.
Yeah, very pretty move as he tiptoed the baseline, got underneath, away from the pressure, and once again, another layup off the glass, and he just looks so smooth doing it, too.
Certainly
like he's
does.
Practiced it plenty of times.
Over to Burden, then far side. Burden, a big presence there, 6'3", 230.
And right now, the cheerleaders of El Cerrito trying to fire their team up, and it works for the time being. First set of points there for the Gauchos.
Yeah, driving baseline in the short corner and gets it to go.
And that's Marcellus Pimpins, a standout football player now on the basketball court for the winter sports season.
6-2 the score. Bishop O'Dowd leading here in this boys Division III championship game. Here's Juwan Anderson driving into the paint. Oh, sets it up for Rab, who slams it home. That's what happens when you leave Rab unattended to at the baseline. Nice vision by Anderson there to pick him out. Now how will El Cerrito respond? Down by 6. 3-ball attempt is too strong from Blake Rayford. Rebound, though, from Burden. He'll drive to the hoop, takes a couple bounces off the rim. Rab is there, but it deflects through his hands. And Burden has it again. This time from the left side. The big man turns inside. From the elbow, kicks it out wide. Back along the baseline, El Cerrito dishing it around. As Michael Perry impeded his opposite number, Blake Rayford, that time. Last touch on O'Dowd, so it'll be El Cerrito to inbound the ball. Anthony Sullen, wearing number 15, the junior guard, makes his first appearance of the evening for the Gauchos. 5:20 to go, 8-2, Dragons in the lead here. Long ball back then to Sullen. He'll set the offense here. Sullen drives to the hoop, gets the pass off. And again, Perry is there. Offensive foul there, so O'Dowd will get the turnover here. Anderson in possession here for Bishop O'Dowd. That pass is awry, and it's retrieved by El Cerrito. Driving to the hoop. Too strong there off the glass. Rebound El Cerrito. That was put back by Saeed Pritchett, and that's his first bucket of the game. Anderson sends it out wide to Austin. A wide open shot here. A 3-ball attempt is off the back of the rim. Rebound underneath Rab.
And they're going to say it went out of bounds as it hit the top of the backboard there.
Russell Davis, a wide open shot there from the left wing. Can't get it to go.
Big ups to Pridgett, though, getting the start as a freshman here in this game.
Absolutely.
And so far, scoring some points to get this deficit within 4.
Alan Trey James on the court then for the Gauchos. He's wearing number 24.
And a foul away from the ball there against Bishop O'Dowd.
3 fouls already then on the Gauchos. 2 on Bishop O'Dowd. That's the first on Juwan Anderson. Again, having to send the ball a long way back for Sullen. He's got 2 plays all over him, but does well to escape him. From the top of the key, shot off the backboard. Rebound, Perry. Here come O'Dowd, setting it down court quickly. That was looking for Anderson. Pass just a little behind him, and Sullen is there. It's a 2-on-1 right now. Here's Marcellus Pippins driving to the hoop, and he gets it to go with a kiss off the rim. 8-6 the score here. The Dragons in the lead. 4:07 to go then, first quarter of play. Here's Austin down the left side, across to Anderson.
Nifty move there by Marcellus Pippins.
Indeed.
The football commit who originally committed to the University of Utah, and earlier in the month of February, decommitted out of Utah and will now be heading up northwest to Washington State. Pippins, who is under that new category of athlete. He's a quarterback, he's a receiver, kick returner. He can do it all.
He certainly can. A little sloppy here from O'Dowd in the opening 4 minutes or so of this game. Couple passes going awry.
Even sloppier for the Gauchos, though, who have 4 fouls compared to Bishop O'Dowd's 2.
Here's Pippins. Left side. Goes in and out, takes a couple of bounces. Rab was there to deflect it to Anderson. Now he sets it up for Austin down court. Austin takes it to the hoop, and he's fouled hard by Sullen. Quick reactions there. Rab tipping it out to the sideline. Rifling it down court was Anderson to an open Austin.
And that's the kind of foul that can get teammates surrounding the opponent very quickly.
Indeed.
It didn't happen in this case, but
and that's a second.
if things continue to be going on like that in this game, emotions will be flying and riding high.
Sullen's already got 2 fouls here within the first 4.5 minutes of this game. Austin's first from the line is good. And Austin already with 5 points for the Dragons. They lead 9-6 with 3:33 to go, first quarter of play. Couple of bounces of the ball for Austin. He sets for his second, and that is there as well. 4-point lead then for O'Dowd.
And the 5'10 sophomore guard leading the team right now with 6 points.
Here's Rayford. Kicks it outside. It's into the hands of Austin, but El Cerrito, a little trouble with containment there over on the far side.
Austin reminded me a lot of Tajay Williams from McClymonds that we saw last night.
Yeah.
Right now, just all over the place, hustling, trying to steal the ball, and then creating on the offensive end, having himself a very good early first quarter.
Rayford fades away, jumper along the baseline, puts the Gauchos within 2. It's 10-8, 3:10 to go then, first quarter of play. Anderson driving along the sideline, but Tyrell Alcorn, the senior captain, or sophomore captain, I should say, going with him stride for stride.
Yeah, what an honor bestowed upon Alcorn to be a captain at only a sophomore. And Booker having this to say about him in the interview with Bay Preps. Tyrell Alcorn is a big part of what we do. He penetrates, and he's a guy that you got to look out for.
Javonte Carlton throws that through the hands of Trey James. Turnover in possession, and no doubt have it. Under 3 minutes to go now, first quarter play. Anderson looking down court. That takes a big deflection. Falls into the hands of the O'Dowd player. That was Shane Farley who came up with it, but turnover in possession. And here come El Cerrito back down the court. I believe that was put in by...
It was put in by Javonte Carlton.
Yes.
And one thing I'm noticing here, Steven, 10 points for the Gauchos, all from different players.
Yeah.
So they are distributing the ball quite well, and everyone's getting a chance to take part in the scoring for El Cerrito. If they can keep this up, that might be an advantage for them to have everyone going hard and scoring points instead of just one guy taking over.
Perry gets that strip by Carlton, and now El Cerrito quickly back down the court. 3-ball from the corner, comes off the rim a couple times, but it falls for Tyrell Alcorn, and a timeout is called. El Cerrito come roaring back off a 3-ball there from Tyrell Alcorn. They lead this game 13-10 with 2:02 to go in the first quarter of play.
A sixth different scorer after that three-point shot made by Alcorn. Let's look at the scores so far. Blake Rayford with 2, Alcorn with the 3-ball there, Saeed Pridgett with 2, Burden with 2, Pippins with 2, and Carlton with 2 to add up to 13 points right now for the Gauchos, leading by 3. As for the O'Dowd Dragons, led mainly by their sophomore Paris Austin with 6 points, but also Javon Anderson and Michael Perry have contributed with 2 points apiece. And also Anderson looks to be the guy who really sets guys up. He had a pretty assist earlier to Michael Perry when Michael Perry scored on that layup. And they're going to have to really start moving the ball around as O'Dowd. I think if they can move the ball around and set some pretty things up, they'll be in good shape.
So here's Austin. 2 players already all over him. To Farley, and now down court to Anderson. Anderson dishes it off to Rabb, turns inside, double covered, pushes off the glass, and the big man establishing presence inside. And that's the second bucket of the game. Trims the gap to 1. Minute 45 to go. Rayford out wide. 3-ball attempt is there. Anthony Sullen from the wing. That's his first bucket of the night. How will O'Dowd respond? Now down 4. Open shot there for Austin off the back of the rim. Takes a second bounce. Rebound Rabb. Traffic in the lane. They kick it out wide. Austin thought about the second shot. Tries to dish it inside to Rabb. And he's had Trey James draped all over him here in the early going, Michael.
Yes, he has. Trey James hounding the young man out of O'Dowd.
And I think the tactic here on Ivan Rabb is they're going between Burden and James, subbing them in and out, and putting, depending on who's on the court, putting one of them on Rabb. And it seems to be working at the moment. Just 4 points for Rabb with 1:17 to go here in the first quarter of play.
Rab clapping up a foul there against El Cerrito.
Foul off the ball there, but O'Dowd will maintain possession. All 4 players here.
And Wyvon Burden chirping it up with the ref and what he thought about that foul call.
O'Dowd sending around the great pass there. Harris Austin inside to Michael Perry with a touch off the glass. That cuts the lead to 2. 1:03 then first quarter of play. El Cerrito up by 2. Sullen out wide to Carlton. Oh, great pass inside to Burden. And he gets that to go off the glass. Sullen and, let's see, and Austin mixed it up. And that's going to be a foul on.
Wow, 3rd personal foul to go against Anthony Sullen.
Yeah, he's already in trouble. 3rd foul within the first 7 minutes of this game.
And it's one thing to be defensive. It's another thing to be a little hard with it.
O'Dowd already in the bonus.
Getting physical.
That was Marcellus Pippins driving to the hoop. He gets the foul as Juwan Anderson gets called. It's a great chance here for Marcellus Pippins. He's put his team up by 2. 7 fouls on the Gauchos, 4 on the Dragons. First free throw clatters off the rim. It's good. 3 points now on the night for number 21. Pippins ready then for his second free throw. 19-14 the score. The Gauchos lead. I believe O'Dowd went on an 8-0 run to start the game. An 8-2 run. The Gauchos have responded admirably. There's a second free throw from Pippins, and that goes off the rim as well. 42 seconds then. Put pressure on Austin here. Down court. Finds Perry. Perry drives to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Last touch El Cerrito, and O'Dowd will maintain possession as both Pridgett and Carlton got a little mixed up with each other there. So O'Dowd down by 6. We'll have a chance to inbound the ball here from the near side. An eye on Rab, number 23 there on the right elbow.
Hasn't done much yet.
Save for that dunk.
Yeah.
And a easy bucket underneath the glass. They've done a good job of taking him out of this game so far. See, they got 2 players on double covered. Nice pass back inside. Oh, well done. Perry gets it to go. But O'Dowd called for the foul, and El Cerrito will maintain possession. Nicely worked play that time with Dominic Gomes. But ball goes against O'Dowd. Pass out wide to Burden. On the right side, Burden bounce pass into Rayford. 15 seconds on the clock. Shot clock is off, so El Cerrito should have the last chance here at a bucket before the end of the first quarter. 8 seconds on the clock. Rayford kicks it out wide. Oh, chance of 3 was there. But a foul. And it's Bishop O'Dowd. That was on. That's the second foul there for Blake Rayford. And they had an excellent opportunity to 3-ball there. Long-range shot is deflected, and that's going to end the first quarter of play. El Cerrito, after a slow start, come roaring back. They lead Bishop O'Dowd 20-14 here in this 2012-2013 Boys Division III North Coast Section Championship game. Thoughts on the first quarter of play, Michael?
Yeah, El Cerrito coming out and surprising me. I didn't think they would be in the lead after 1, and they've really done it all. Like I said, I just love how they've distributed the ball amongst all the guys out there on the court. It's not just one who's outpacing the rest of the team. You have 6 different scorers out there, make that 7, including Sullen. And, they've just been very impressive in shot selection and hustle. And I noticed that they're getting their hands on a lot of stuff. Some they've been called for fouls, but You really got to credit the effort of Pridgett down low, and also Pippins. He had that last block there on that three-point attempt right before the buzzer. And so for El Cerrito, I've been very impressed with how active they've been on the ball and how good they've been at being able to distribute the ball amongst the whole team. As for Bishop O'Dowd, I really thought that Michael Perry's looked smooth, and I'm looking to see a lot more out of Ivan Rabb, because when I asked head coach Richie how special Rabb was, being that I haven't got a chance to watch O'Dowd live and in person, he said, ask me that after the game.
El Cerrito on a 17-3 run then to end that first quarter of play. More importantly, 7 different players with field goals in that first quarter for the Gauchos. It's Marcellus Pippins then to inbound the ball to begin the second quarter of play. Stephen Davies, Michael Smith, Omar Lewis from Dublin High School. Don't forget, Play On Sports is your destination for high school sports. We are covering both the boys and the girls' championship games in all 5 divisions. So it's been a fabulous weekend of coverage beginning on Thursday night in the Oakland section as we made our inaugural broadcast from Merritt College as McClymonds take boys' championship. Now, inside shot, rebound, Bishop O'Dowd. That was Russell Davis to come away with it. Davis yet to get his name on the score sheet for the Dragons tonight. That's inside to Rabb, and he's double teamed. It's going to be a foul on Ivan Rabb. He's going to step to the line. So Rabb with just 4 points on the game so far. Looks to add to his tally here. You notice there they had Burden and Javante Carlton covering the big fella inside. He makes his first free throw. Second one here coming up. That's there with a delicate touch. 6 points for Rabb. So El Cerrito bring it down court. Here's Pridgett. That's tipped away. Gomes able to get a step here on a defender. Takes it to the hoop himself, and he gets a hard foul.
Great body control there by Dominic Gomes. As he was going in for the layup, he knew there was going to be contact, and he contorted and twisted his body in just the right way to not only absorb the contact, but put up what was a very beautiful-looking layup to go off the glass and in with a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, he took the ball right off Tyrell Alcorn and then beat him to the hoop. Gomes misses the free throw, and it's a nice rebound by Perry. Can't get his shot to go. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Here come El Cerrito down the court. Marcellus Pippins, jump shot, goes in and out. Rebound, Bishop O'Dowd. He'll maintain possession. 10 fouls now on the Gauchos. Bishop O'Dowd in the double bonus here. So as you said, Michael, earlier on, El Cerrito, for all their prowess on offense, have certainly been sloppy at times, especially on the defensive end.
And already 10 fouls. I mean, it's just unheard of. They're going to be at 2 shots for the rest of the way here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Rayford on 2 fouls. You've got Alcorn on 2 fouls. You've got Sullen, who's still out on the court with 3. And you've also got Javante Carlton with 2. Really, the only one keeping his nose clean at the moment is Mr. Burden. And he's a guy you need to have out on the court, especially with Rabb.
I'm surprised they're leaving Sullen in right now with 3.
And that's taken away. Gomes there working with Perry. They strip. And there's a chance that comes off the underside of the board. A little bit too hard there from Michael Perry. But Davis and Gomes in particular are combining there in the defensive part of the court that to make things difficult for El Cerrito at the moment. They've called timeout as the Dragons have come back. They cut the lead to just 1. It's El Cerrito 20, Bishop O'Dowd 19 with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter of play.
All right, folks, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also view highlights on YouTube. Just follow the links, the youtube.com/playonnetwork, twitter.com/playonsports and facebook.com/playonsports. We're exhausting all the social media sites so that you can get your fill of high school sports. Remember, folks, playonsports.com, your destination for high school sports. And reading more about this Marcellus Pippins decommitting from Utah and committing to Washington State. And he said the reason was because he wanted to play basketball, and Washington State's going to give him that chance.
Rab gets the rebound underneath there. Taking that one off Pippins, and back down the court comes Austin. Nice step over there, and the shot is good. How about that to give Bishop O'Dowd back the lead? And now they've gone on a 7-0 run here to start the second quarter of play.
Gorgeous crossover there by Austin, and then to finish it off with the sweet-looking jumper, nothing but net to give his team the lead. And right now, that's just a sequence of play that I've seen from O'Dowd that sticks out in my mind. I'm going to remember that until something else better comes along, but very impressed with the crossover and the shot.
Here's Russell Davis on the right wing. Squeezes that between two players, but it's taken away by Alcorn. And Alcorn has a word in the ear from Coach Booker. Wasn't impressed about that. 6:19 to go in the second quarter. Dragons still on top. 21-20 the score here in the Boys Division III Championship game. Burden now working against Rab. Kicks it out to Rayford. That's through the hands of Pridgett. But Alcorn is there. Rayford to Alcorn from the left side. Blocked by Davis. Last touch on Davis, however. And although he hasn't scored any points as of yet, he is still hounding the Gauchos down there.
Yeah, Russell Davis, 6'3" senior, playing large defensively for the Dragons.
Burden from the free throw line gets it to go. Delicate touch there from the big fella. And that's his first bucket of the game. Or second, excuse me. He's now got 4 points on the game. O'Dowd.
First of the second quarter.
Yes, sir. Now Gomes. Oh, drives the lane. How about Gomes?
Looking like Steve Nash there with that vintage Steve Nash with the long hair and the speed to the lane.
Pippins long two, no good. Rebound Austin. O'Dowd with numbers here, 3-on-2. Austin drives to the hoop, comes off the underside of the bucket. Gomes is there for the rebound. Drives into the paint, Gomes to the hoop again. Back-to-back possessions that Dominic Gomes has put it home for the Dragons. They now lead 25-22.
Gomes a little spark plug here in the second quarter, getting things going now. 6 points here in the quarter.
Burden. Inside, nice dish off there from Alcorn to Pridgett. Gauchos cut it to 1. Austin exchanges passes with Chapman. Now to Davis. Davis double teamed here. Davis spins out of it, kicks it out wide to Chapman. Pass inside to Rab. Rab working against defenders, working against Burden. And the foul is on Ivan Rab. He's not impressed. Cerrito to inbound the ball. Here's Alcorn, takes it to the hoop. It's swatted away by Rab. And he fouls Alcorn in the process. So Rab gets 2 fouls in the space of about 15 seconds, giving Tyrell Alcorn the opportunity to put El Cerrito back in front. He misses his first. 4:38 to go then.
Only 4 points so far scored in this second quarter for El Cerrito compared to 11 points scored by the Dragons of Bishop O'Dowd.
Second free throw is up and good from the sophomore. Austin to bring it out for O'Dowd. It's Gomes. Back to Austin. 8 points on the game so far. Austin wants Rab to come forward. Gives it to Davis. Gomes going for it under the rim. He was wide open. Pass inside to Rab. Double teamed again. Chapman can't get a handle on it. Burden brings it out for El Cerrito. Burden with some speed down the right side. Driving baseline. Spinning. Carlton, nicely done. Carlton along the baseline. Turns around and banks that off the glass. Gauchos up by 2. O'Dowd gets their pockets picked again. It's Carlton. Oh, nice dish inside to Alcorn, but he can't hold on. And that's unfortunate there. A little sloppy from O'Dowd. And El Cerrito were poised to capitalize there. But Alcorn couldn't get a grip on the ball. O'Dowd to inbound. Jake Crudo, the junior, making his first appearance on the court tonight, will inbound the ball, sends it down court for Austin. Does well to turn inside a play. Out to Gomes, wide open, long 2 is good. And why not give it to Dominic Gomes when he's got your last 6 points?
Gomes has been hot.
Pippins to Carlton. Back to Pippins inside. That's a nice dish out. Open 3 ball is too strong off the top of the backboard. No good. Burden was there, but took 3 bounces off the top of the board. 27 all the score, then we're tied up here with 3:29 to go. Stephen Davies, Michael Smith, Omar Lewis. Austin down the court. It's crossed over there, drives to the hoop. Oh, unlucky. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Carlton. Pippins long pass cross court to Alcorn. To Burden, driving along the baseline. Delicate touch. Burden gets fouled. It's going to be the first foul, I believe, on Crudo.
Head coach Ritchie having a word with Jawan Anderson right now. Both coaches nearly on the floor as they both had chats with their players. For Booker, he had a chat with Javante Carlton. Both coaches kind of similar outfits tonight, Steve, as they're both in the sweater vest with the white long sleeve shirt underneath.
Burden makes his first free throw, but can't convert the second, but that does put El Cerrito back up by a point. 28-27, 3:08 to go then. First half of play. Anderson's shot, no good, off the back of the rim. Gomes underneath, Rab with a putback. Good work inside again by Gomes. Rab there to mop up. Here's Burden driving baseline, dishes out wide to Carlton. Carlton jump shot is there. Carlton heating up now. He's got 6 points on the night for the Gauchos, and they're back in front by a point.
Very impressed with Carlton there.
Yeah.
Most guards would have taken that three-point shot, but he hesitated for a little bit, then picked up the dribble, got himself an easier jump shot from closer in. Great poise there by Javante Carlton.
It's going to be a foul on Burden. That's his second. And I was just about to say, El Cerrito have done a good job in the second quarter of staying out of foul trouble, considering the way they went on in the first quarter of play. But Burden fouls Rab here, and he's got a chance to shoot from the line. Rab's first one is no good, off the back of the rim. He's already got 8 points on the night. Hasn't taken control of the game like one might have expected, Michael.
Yeah, not yet. I still think there's more to come from Rab.
Burden takes a seat. He's being replaced by Thomas Lipscomb, the 6'7 junior center. Another big body here to contend with Rab. He listed 6'7", 260. Rab's second goes. 2:28 to go. Gauchos up by 2. 31-29 the score. And Pippin sets the offense here, working against Perry. To Austin. Looks for some support. Rab trips over Lipscomb. Oh, great dish inside, and that clatters off the rim and goes. How about the pass from the big fella right out on the court? Lipscomb, nice backhand pass there to find Alcorn.
Yeah, Lipscomb, who just checked into the game.
And there's a 3-ball. Paris Austin. He's in double digits now with 11. That pass just a little bit too strong there from Marcellus Pippins to Carlton along the left wing. A minute 49 then, the Dragons have retaken the lead. Very little to choose between these two teams here in the early going, Michael.
Yeah, it's looked to be a pretty evenly match that's going to go down to the wire. That's what you come to expect from a championship game. And so far, it is not quite lived up to the billing I thought. The billing I thought was going to have O'Dowd routing El Cerrito. I'm actually more impressed with El Cerrito being able to stay in contention right now at this point.
Foul off the ball gives Rab an opportunity to shoot here from the line. 10 fouls on El Cerrito, just 6 for the Dragons. Rab drains the first. Tied up at 33, minute 44 to go. Rab ready for second. And that's good as well. Rab now also in double digits with 10. It's both Austin and Rab leading the Dragons in scoring so far. Lipscomb looking in the short corner. Nice turn, swatted away. Rab. Oh, nice turn there. And here comes O'Dowd. 2-on-2 inside to Austin. He gets tripped up by Carlton.
Yeah, Carlton with the hard foul there on Austin, but back on the other end, Lipscomb just a little too slow.
Yeah.
With his reverse layup attempt. Yeah, he was lumbering there, and I don't think he saw the sleeping giant Rab waiting to just block his thing right on out of there.
That's the third foul now on Javonte Carlton.
It took a real deep professional side of me to keep from laughter on the air at that point, because it was rather funny looking the way that whole sequence of events went with Lipscomb's reverse layup in the block there by Rab.
First and second three throws then from Paris Austin are good. And now he's got 13, 1 minute 19 seconds remaining then in the first half.
And there's nothing funny about his game so far. He has been all business. Talking about Paris Austin. Big reason for why his team's leading by 5 here with a minute left to go before halftime.
Again, another sloppy pass down the left side. This time it was Blake Rayford trying to get it to Pridgett. Say last touch, however. No doubt play it, so Rayford will bring it in. Sends it back to Marcellus Pippins. 1:06 to go then.
And just think Austin and Rab next year and the year after working that chemistry together. It's going to be a sight to behold at Bishop O'Dowd.
Long shot there from Pippins. Goes wide, and now O'Dowd quickly back. In transition, Austin drives to the hoop. Oh, unlucky. Tried to get that to go in traffic. Took a bounce off the rim. Rebound, El Cerrito. 40 seconds to go then. Pass a little too strong, but they did well to corral it. Pippins drives to the hoop, and that's a nice touch off the glass from the senior. Cuts the O'Dowd lead to 3, 37-34, 24 seconds. Shot clock is off then. Austin. What about dishing off to Perry? Instead gives it to Anderson. Inside to Anderson, out wide to Perry. Oh, I'm skipping away. Deflection to Rare, but he tried to slam that home. Nice job, though, by Pridgett getting a hand up and just putting enough to deflect the ball away.
Yeah, it was really good ball movement there. At first, it looked as if Paris Austin was kind of rattled with what to do in the situation, holding off for the last shot. But then he eventually tossed it off to Perry, and I thought Perry was going to ill-advised 3, but then he found Rab just at the last minute off a deflection. I mean, got kind of lucky in a way.
Yeah.
And then Rab looking like he was going to cram it in, and they fouled him.
Rab misses his first free throw. Second attempt coming up, 5.4 seconds to go. And it's there. 4-point lead now. Gaucho's going to have to move quickly here if they're going to score before the end of the half. Long-range shot, floating. Too strong off the board. They had a good look at it there, did Blake Rayford, but just a little bit too much on it. End of an entertaining first half, a back-and-forth game between these two teams, but Bishop O'Dowd have the lead here at the half. It's 38-34 Dragons. We will be back in just a few moments to discuss the first half and get you set up for the second half of this boys Division III championship game between El Cerrito and Bishop O'Dowd. Back with you in just a few moments. do it. Welcome back. We're back live with you on CIF NorthCoast.tv, part of the Play On Sports Network, your destination for high school sports. My name's Stephen Davies, and I'm joined by Michael Smith and Omar Lewis from the campus of Dublin High School. The boys, Division III championship game here in the North Coast section. Entertaining game, a wild game, and the Dragons, after a hot start and a 20-6 El Cerrito run in the middle of the game, Michael, pulled themselves together in the second quarter, and they currently enjoy a 38-34 lead.
Yeah. Bishop O'Dowd kind of got things together after leaving the first quarter down by 6, and you could thank a couple of players for that. You could thank Paris Austin, who really continued on with his great first quarter, had a pretty successful second quarter. You could also thank Dominic Gomes, who chipped in 6 points. He wasn't really heard of much in the first quarter.
I'm not sure he was even on the court really in the first quarter of play,
no.
but he's come on and he's been hot.
And the senior, you got to love how the senior's getting it done. And then I think most important is that Rab is starting to turn it on now.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to see the guy that we all came out to see only had 4 points out of the 14 in the team first quarter. And then he comes out in the second quarter and has himself 7 points. That's half of the team's 14 in the second quarter. And I'm starting to get more impressed with this guy the more and more I see him. As this game goes on, I'm sure he'll have me really impressed. And I was reading this article, Stephen, back in the Sports Stars magazine that came out on February 1st. And I found it really interesting in that he said last year as a freshman he wasn't really having that much fun playing basketball. And, I don't understand, you're winning games, how you couldn't have that much fun. And he said that he had to learn a lot from Richard Longers, who was a senior last year. He was the unquestioned vocal leader now out at Washington State. And this is what he had to say about it. He said, quote, "I learned from Richard that you have to have fun with basketball. When I first got to O'Dowd, basketball wasn't fun. And maybe it was because of all the pressure. I know one of my good friends in high school, his mom and dad, they felt he had the talent to play football at the next level and were pressuring him and making him go on all these visits to colleges and stuff. And by the time he graduated from high school, he didn't want to play football anymore. He was tired of, all the pressure that he had, people wanting him to play at the next level. And Richard and Rab had this to say about the pressure. He says, "I don't feel pressure during games. The most pressure anyone puts on me is myself. I just have to stay level-headed, stay focused, and improve every day in practice and games." He says he enjoys all the accolades from the media and scouts. Like I said, only a sophomore at 6'10", though. The sky is the limit for a kid who might get to go to any college he so chooses by the time he's a senior, as did Marcus Lee. Really got to pick his own college, and he's going to Kentucky next year.
Yeah, the All-American last night was a beast in the victory at Deer Valley over San Leandro. As we mentioned, 22 points, 17 boards, 9 blocks, and he owned the court at McKeon Pavilion last night. Back to the action here then, ladies and gentlemen. Third quarter of play. Bishop O'Dowd going from right to left in the white uniforms. El Cerrito in the green going from left to right. Dragons leading by 4. Here's Juwan Anderson, exchange passes with Austin. Austin with 13 points, remember, in the first half of play. Rab battling inside against Burden, turns and shoots. That's going to be a foul on Burden. And that's going to be his third. So El Cerrito, perhaps one of the big stories of the first half, at least as far as the Gauchos is concerned, was the foul trouble. And that's now the third on Burden. So here's Juwan Anderson. 7:30 to go, third quarter play. Kicks it out wide. Austin, 3 ball is there. Paris Austin now with 16 points. And he picked up where he left off in the second quarter, Michael.
He has been consistent throughout this whole game. That's his second 3-point shot made now for Paris Austin, sophomore guard, who is the same age as Rab. And like I said, just the thought of that guard and big man combo for the next 2 years for Bishop O'Dowd has me salivating.
Indeed. O'Dowd enjoying the biggest lead since the first quarter, up by 7, 41-34 here the lead. Back to Davis. Davis drives inside, kicks it out wide. Austin for 3 again. That's off the back of the iron. Rebound Davis underneath, and that's his first bucket of the night as he gets that to go. Russell Davis, the 6'3 senior, puts Bishop O'Dowd up by 9. Timeout called in by Coach Booker, and he wants a word with his team.
Davis has been working hard all night as
He
a
has.
big man presence, really doing a lot of the dirty work defensively, and finally get some offensive points to pad his stats a little bit. Way to go for the big man, a senior in his final year.
We see some of the North Coast Section Division III girls Lady Dragons team taking their seats here at Dublin High School, ready to cheer on the boys. And things looking good at the moment for the Dragons. 6:47 to go, then third quarter of play.
And it's funny because I asked Coach Coach Lou Ritchie about that. I said, do you feel any pressure, like that the girls are kind of overtaking you guys as like the new basketball thing? I mean, he says, oh, man. He goes, the pressure's insane. He goes, our boys know it, but we love it, though. We feed off it, and we're really glad to have both teams doing so well right now and representing O'Dowd to the fullest.
And you did ask Athletic Director Carlos Arriaga earlier if they have the guys and girls have a scrimmage game, and that was a sheepish no comment, wasn't it?
Yeah, he wanted to stay as far away from answering that as possible.
We love Carlos up here. He's been great
Carlos
to us over the years.
is one of my favorite athletic directors in the Bay Area. There's no doubt about it. He's accommodated us every time we've needed it. No questions asked.
Burden, nice dish inside. Jump shot, Pippins gets it to go. That's nice play inside there with Carlton dishing out wide to an open Marcellus Pippins that trims the gap to 7.
And now Pippins has scored points in every quarter so far.
Austin kicks it out wide. Oh, nicely done. Perry driving baseline to the hoop and kiss off the glass. 9 points to Dragon lead once again.
Perry with the glide on the drive. And boy, was that live. It was very fun to watch.
Pippins loses the handle, but Burden is there. Here's a wide open shot for El Cerrito. That goes for Tyrell Alcorn. Alcorn now in double digits for the Gauchos. They trim the gap to 6. Here's Anderson now. Hard to believe Anderson is yet to get on the board. No points in the game for number 5. Out to Austin. And that's the reason why, because he keeps sinking shots from the right side. Another 3-ball goes. That's 19 now on the night for Austin.
A trio of 3 balls now for Austin.
Oh, nice dish inside. Rayford can't get it to go. Rab with a rebound. Quickly back down the court. Perry. Oh, off the rim it goes. And the Dragons now are starting to find their swagger here on offense. They lead by 11.
And it all started with that Rab rebound. And then a nice long outlet pass to Perry, who just does his thing once again, looking so silky smooth on his way to the basket.
Anderson does well to reel in that rebound. Dish it off to Perry. Drives to the hoop. Inside to Davis. He puts it home. Pippins, though,
Soft hands and nimble feet from number 2 out there in white. Talking about Michael Perry. You can't really blame him there. Looking for a guy and actually helped get the foul call against El Cerrito. And Perry's another one that learned a little bit about in that same article.
Oh, great dish inside. Rab can't get it to go. Second attempt, Davis. Rab gets the rebound. That's a foul on. Trying to see who that was on there. O'Dowd will maintain possession.
And in that story in the Sports Stars magazine by Eric Stordahl, I loved.
Rab turns and fires. Sorry, Michael.
Oh, no problem.
Rebound O'Dowd. Davis does well along the baseline to reel it in.
I was about to say, I loved his description of how Rab is such a beast for rebounds. He wrote, he possesses a Cookie Monster-like hunger for rebounds.
Dragons lead then by 11, up 50-39. Burden, top of the key to Pippins. Kicks it out wide to Rayford, driving baseline. Rayford does well there. Back inside, Burden from the line, shoots off the rim, no good. Pippins with the rebound, second attempt, Rayford no good. Austin comes up with it, and they have a 3-on-2. Austin takes it himself, kicks it out to Anderson. Back to Austin. Thought about the jump shot. Oh, nice dish inside from Anderson to Rab, and he gets that to go off the glass. 13 points now for Rab.
And that's how you chip it on into the big man. Great ball movement there. I loved how Austin hesitated with that shot, then dished it out to Anderson. Anderson back inside to Rab. And all El Cerrito could do was grab at Rab.
And that's indeed what they did. And one then coming up for Rab. And he puts it home. 14 then for the big fella.
Big bad Rab.
Yeah. 53-39, 14-point lead now for the Dragons. And El Cerrito hanging in there with the number 1 seed through basically midway through the second quarter of play. But O'Dowd have found another gear. And El Cerrito is staring at a big deficit here with 4:13 to go in the third quarter of play. Rayford drives baseline. Pippins from 3. That goes. How about Marcellus Pippins now? He's at 11 points for the game. Shouts a let's go. You can hear him from here trying to fire up his team. Here's Austin now.
For Marcellus Pippins, that's his first three-pointer of the night. We'll see if he starts getting going from outside the arc.
Anderson wants it. Austin in control. Here's Anderson. Back to Austin. 16 on the shot clock now for O'Dowd. Out wide to Davis. Or about the 3. Back inside. Anderson. Dish it off to Rab. 8 on the shot clock. Rab. Fadeaway shot goes. How about that touch from the baseline from Ivan Rab? 16 points now. And slowly but surely he's establishing himself in this game. Not only a force off the boards, but with that sweet touch there along the baseline. That's 16 points now for number 23. No doubt are up by 13.
Meanwhile, foul there picked up on Paris Austin. Or not Paris Austin, I'm sorry, Jawan Anderson, his third personal foul. And the first free throw sunk in there by Tyrell Alcorn.
11 points on the night for the sophomore captain.
Just think, him and Paris Austin, they are going to be the guards to watch in the Bay Area over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Both sophomores.
We've seen some super sophomores here tonight. Asia Robinson, Asia Thomas for O'Dowd in the women's game. And Tyrell Alcorn here tonight for El Cerrito. Paris Austin, of course, for O'Dowd. Gauchos trail by 12. Nice drive to the hoop there. Blake Rayford. 6 points now for the senior on the night. And an interception here. Rayford gets the second chance and puts it home. And that gets a big round of applause from the Gaucho bench here. Quick distribution here from O'Dowd.
El
Davis.
Cerrito running that trap defense now. And it's paying off. It's forcing O'Dowd into mistakes and slip-ups. And right there to be the main recipient of those slip-ups and mistakes is Blake Rayford. 4 points, 2 of them off the turnover.
Quick update from halftime, Division 4. Salesian 25, Cardinal Newman 21. 2:52 to go here in third quarter of play. Dragons 55, Gauchos 47. Pippins, jump shot is there. Pippins heating up now, 13 points. Austin in possession. Out to Gomes, back on the court for the first time here in the third quarter of play. Over that far side, Shane Farley. Deflected away. So O'Dowd will maintain possession. Looked like it was tipped away by Pridgett. 2:20 then remaining. Gomes to inbound. All the way back to Austin, now to Anderson. Still looking for his first point on the evening.
Yeah, Javon Anderson has been more about dishing than getting points.
Great pass
And
back
you
to Austin.
got to appreciate a guy like that.
Sure. Unselfish play to be sure. Anderson drives. Oh, great dish inside. Rab slams it home.
And you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, he fed the big man perfectly. A pass just to the side of the defender. Had no way to stop that. Rab reaps the benefits.
18 points now for Ivan Rab. Rayford works baseline. Pippins again. Oh, goes in and out. He had a good look at that. Rab there for the rebound. Anderson brings it down court. Keep an eye on Austin here near side. Anderson drives to the hoop. Can't get it to go. And a foul goes against Anderson.
And
It's a travel on Anderson.
Okay, I was going to say foul. That would have put him at 4.
Oh, what? Rab swats that away. Alcorn did well to get his own rebound, however, but it's picked up by Austin. Sends it down. Gomes inside off the glass. No good. Gomes will go to the line. That was very close indeed to going in. That touch off the high part of the board.
And I hate to bring it up, but I just saw something I really didn't approve of on the floor there with Michael Perry, or with, who is that? That is Shane Farley and Blake Raycroft fighting for the ball. And Raycroft didn't even help Farley up. He kind of even shoved him on the ground to keep him there as he was on his way up. And I know it's not totally related, but there was an issue with El Cerrito sportsmanship in the football playoffs. And just that slight move right there, not great sportsmanship by the guard there for El Cerrito. I expect a little bit more out of that.
Gomes sinks his second free throw. El Cerrito down by 10. Alcorn to Rayford. Rayford charging to the hoop. And he gets fouled, so he'll shoot. Foul on Anderson, so that's his 4th. So decision time here for Coach Ritchie, as we noted on a number of occasions tonight. Anderson certainly been unselfish passing, as we've seen, setting up Rab. But now he'll take a seat with 4 fouls. Really the only player tonight for O'Dowd to be in any sort of foul trouble. First free throw good from Rayford. His second is off the back of the rim. Rebound Rab.
You got to think Rab up there in rebounds right now.
Oh, great pass. Gomes is wide open.
And the big man with some fancy passing skills of his own.
Oh, Gomes gets charged out of the way. Well, bounces a couple times off the glass. They can't put it home. Rebound Gomes. Driving to the hoop. Austin, Rab to finish, but it's too late as he's already fouled. But Dominic Gomes now off the bench with 10 solid points for the Dragons.
Yeah, Gomes is really starting to get it in right now. He had 6 in the second quarter, now 4 in the third. But he's after a scoreless first.
Yeah, but he hasn't had a lot of time out in the court, and when he has been on, he has really provided a spark for this Dragon offense.
Well, he's a senior, and he's been through all the glory years in the last 4 years, and they've been pretty glorious. A lot of, collegiate players and, success, not only winning North Coast section titles, but advancing to state games. And when you have that kind of experience, you can use it to your advantage in games like this.
Sure, he's played with the likes of Ashley and T.J. King and Daniel
Barton,
and
Jordan
Longris.
Barton, Richard Longers. The list goes on.
Nice pass inside here from El Cerrito. 3-ball from the wing, goes off the back of the rim. Rab was there, but it's swatted away.
Capitai, remember when we were doing that North Coast section game up in Sacramento, and Capitai just had ice in his veins knocking down those free throws towards the end.
Inbound then O'Dowd, leading by 12. It's been a comfortable margin for O'Dowd through much of this third quarter of play. Gomes now looking for Rab, turned away. Pridgett does well, takes it himself. Oh, nice moves there and a drive to the hoop. Nicely done. 15 seconds to go. Quickly move down the court. Off the glass, Perry gets it to go. Teams trading buckets here at the end of the third quarter. Rayford along the right side. You're going to have to hurry this up. 2 seconds, open 3, ball at the buzzer, and it's no good. Good look there for Alcorn from well beyond the three-point arc, but can't get it to go. 8 minutes remaining then in this boys Division III championship game. O'Dowd comfortably in the driver's seat here, leading 64-52. So we'll give you some score updates here. The NCS Division 6 championship, Rincon Valley Christian 40, Ferndale 16. That's at the end of the third. And quite the game apparently going on in Division 4 up there in Albany. Salesian 25, Cardinal Newman 21. Of course, Salesian star player Jabari Bird with a hand in that game. That's another one covered on Play On Sports.
I was reading a little bit into that game, the preview, and you got to love the coach for Cardinal Newman. He straight out said, hey, look, I know the caliber of the talent on Salesian. We've got nothing to lose at this point.
Right.
We're just going in there. We know we're the underdog, but we're going to play to our strengths. And right now, I'm impressed with the fact that they're hanging in there with Salesian and the likes of their talent.
And one more quick update. Gabby Green lifting St. Mary's past Salesian in the girls Division 4 title game. How about this line for Gabby Green? 22 points, 12 boards, 4 assists, 3 block shots. A 54-48 win against Salesian. And they've had a couple of real barn burners over the last couple of years. Green, the star player, of course, for St. Mary's. Mariah Moore. Good pass inside there from O'Dowd. That sets up Perry.
Yeah, everyone talks about St. Mary's of Stockton. They forget about St. Mary's of Berkeley. They have themselves quite a good girls basketball program.
Perry now quietly has 13 points on the day for O'Dowd. Carlton to Pippins. Pippins' long-range shot shy. Rebound put up nicely by Pridgett. And he'll shoot one as well. A 14-point lead then for O'Dowd, 7.5 to go. First foul committed by Farley. That's a nice touch there by Pridgett on the free throw. 11-point lead now for O'Dowd. Austin, 20 points on the night. Rab not far behind with 18. Here he is. Top of the key, kicks it out wide to Gomes. Gomes back inside to Rab. And he gets fouled by Carlton. And that should be Carlton's 4th foul. And it is indeed. So both Carlton and Anderson of O'Dowd with 4 fouls at the moment. We haven't seen a lot of Anthony Sullen. I believe he picked up 4 fouls inside the first 3 quarters. We haven't seen much of him since. Rab sinks his first free throw. Now he's 1 away from 20 points on the night.
That's one thing. This game has been pretty physical, constantly throughout for both teams. Both teams committing a lot of fouls.
Rab converts both 3 throws. O'Dowd up 13. Nice passing inside here from El Cerrito. Carlton loses the handle. Took a deflection, I believe, off of Farley's hand. El Cerrito will maintain possession. Here's Pippins. That comes back off the leg of Austin. So they'll maintain possession. He was trying to bounce that along the sideline there to Alcorn. Shot clock resets. Pippins from 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound no good. Dragged down by Farley. Here's Austin. Oh, nice moves inside. Austin drives to the hoop. A little up and under, and it goes off the rim. Austin with 22. Fancy moves in the paint. Back the other way. Alcorn tipped away by Rab. Perry calls for it. He has it down the right side. Dish inside to Rab. It's swatted away nicely by Pridgett. Well done. El Cerrito back the other way. Charge goes against El Cerrito. Gaucho bench incensed.
Not only the Gaucho bench, but you could hear the boos here in the crowd as we have a good El Cerrito fan section just near us.
Yeah.
And they cannot believe the fouls that are being called out here tonight against their squad.
Austin brings it down court to Farley. And as Austin driving baseline, Farley can't put in the rebound, but Austin was fouled in the process. 6:07 to go then in the 4th quarter of play.
And like I said, we could talk about Rab. You know, he has been big guy coming on, but I've been more impressed with Austin over anyone else on the floor. I mean, he's just scoring in every way possible. He's hitting the threes. He's hitting the jumpers. He's hitting the layups with ease.
He's driving into the paint and making it look easy off the glass.
His free throw shooting has been on. As there he goes, sinking another one. I mean, and like I said, and he's a sophomore. You know, I mean, a lot of people were talking about the big sophomore Rab, but I've been impressed with the lesser-known sophomore in Austin tonight.
Yeah, he's had a remarkable game. He had double-digit point tally against Drake in the semifinal matchup, and he is on his way here. 24 points now to lead all scorers.
And at 5'10", that's good size for a guard as well. And he's a sophomore. He still has years to grow, and we'll see.
Gomes, oh, great pass. Perry is there, and Bishop O'Dowd now is starting to pull away in this one, up by 17.
And you stole the words right out of my mouth. Just an excellent pass there from Gomes in towards Perry, and then nice shot there by Pridgett, getting his team some points.
Extended minutes for both Foley and Gomes here in the fourth quarter. Bishop O'Dowd leading by 17. Austin tried to dish that one off to Rab after some nice moves. Sent down court to Pippins.
And that's not going to even be counted for anything, as there was already a foul prior to the pass to Pippins. A foul off of Austin on Pridgett. Pridgett now with points in each quarter. A positive bright spot here for El Cerrito.
Salesian to come out swinging in the third quarter with 3:53 to go. They now lead 41-23.
And think about Pridgett, 6'4" as a freshman. He's going to be that next big man to watch out for, too.
Pippins. Thought about, oh, look at that.
Great active hands there by Perry.
Yeah, indeed. Austin back the other way, and he'll go to the line.
And that is one thing I'm noticing about Perry. Very instinctive, very smart in what he's doing out there. Right now, Coach Lou Ritchie having a chat with Perry, but his vision has been great as far as the angles he's taken to the basket on the layups, knowing when to dish it off to somebody, having active hands on the defensive end, looking to, deflect things or possibly get a steal.
Alcorn's fifth foul, so he takes a seat. And in the meantime, Austin will shoot from the line. 24 points already on the night. So he wasn't on the bench for long. He sat down for about 5 seconds, and Austin Alcorn, will come back on to replace Marcellus Pippins to give him a break. Pippins with 13 for El Cerrito. Pridgett and Alcorn both with 11 each. Rayford not far behind with 9.
10-plus fouls now in each half for the Gauchos. Man, that's got to hurt.
Both free throws converted by Austin. 26 points now in the night. Rayford tried to bounce that inside to Carlton. Couldn't find the target. So 5 minutes to go then in this fourth quarter of play. El Cerrito will inbound near side. Sullen back in the game for the first time in a while. Sullen drives to the hoop, gets it to go. Nicely done. Trims the gap to 19.
They're going to keep Sullen out there. They figure they might as well have his big presence in there. If he takes a foul, so be it. But they're going to keep him out there for the remaining minutes of this game.
Yeah, they've also got Burden back in as well. 2 players with 4 fouls, 1 with 5 here for the Gauchos out in the court. Rab going one way and then another, but that's a travel on the big fella. And El Cerrito will take over.
A couple steps too many, and I'm surprised that the El Cerrito fans haven't gotten the "You can't do that" chant. It's been so popular now when travel calls are committed, especially by an opposing team. A lot of home court fans coming up with that chant these days.
Foul off the ball then on Blake Rayford. So he'll go to the line. 4:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. Without a comfortable lead here. It's now 16 after that first free throw is converted by Rayford, 6-foot senior. His second shot coming up. Great turnout today on all 3 games, really.
Yeah.
Here from Dublin High.
This is a beautiful gymnasium.
It is.
For not being 2 stories, I'm really impressed with it, and I think the way we're set up is perfect. They really have these 2 great little docks on each side of the home stands for if any broadcasters want to come broadcast and can't be down on the floor level.
Rab's shot there from the elbow doesn't go. Rebound El Cerrito, open 3 ball here, attempt by Alcorn, can't get it to go. Quickly sent down court, Perry drives to the hoop. Easy as you like for O'Dowd. It's a 17-point lead. And it's rapidly looking like Bishop O'Dowd the kings and the queens of Division 3. Here's Austin. He wants more. Out wide to Anderson. Selfishly dishes it off to Perry. Perry now has 17. All 4 of the 5 on the court right now for O'Dowd in double figures. 2 missed shots there by El Cerrito. Rebound Pridgett, and on the 3rd time of asking, he gets it to go. 17 for Perry, 26 for Austin, 10 for Gomes, and 20 for the big fella. And here's Anderson, looking at his name to the score sheet, and he does! With 3 minutes to go, Juwan Anderson finally gets the bucket for Bishop O'Dowd. And it's a 19-point lead.
Uh-oh. Rab rocking away. I don't think he wants to look at the face of Blake Rayford. Rayford mugging Rab pretty hard there after he felt that Rab fouled him a lot harder than he needed to.
Yeah, does a quick look over there to his right.
And now Rab front and center with Rayford. Rayford to attempt the free throw.
Just Rab's 2nd foul. One is up and through.
Dragons now with 82 points.
Second free throw coming up then with 2:51 to go. Gauchos cut the gap to 17.
4 away from their largest, or from their best total in this postseason. Remember, they scored 86 against Ensenal back in their first game, 86-48.
Austin against his opposite number to Anderson. Foul off the ball. And a push on. That's a push on Burden. That's his 5th foul. It's both Alcorn and Burden with 5 fouls. Sullen with 4. And Pippins with 3.
And for O'Dowd, this is going to be their first win on this floor in a title game situation if they can hang on. They had to play here back in 2007, 2008 in the North Coast section semifinal. They had the higher seed than Dublin, but yet Dublin, due to the capacity of the gym, got to have the home floor. And in doing so, Dublin scored a huge upset over O'Dowd. Supposed to be played at Chabot, and then it was moved here.
Rab converts. 2nd free throw, 22 points now with 2.5 to go. Pippins, double teamed here by Austin and Anderson. Kicks it out wide. 3-ball attempt. Alcorn is there. Tyrell Alcorn, 14 points now.
And Dublin, who was in the Division II title game yesterday.
Yeah.
JoJo McGlaston really leading his team. They didn't win, but a very good year for Dublin Gales basketball as far as the boys are concerned.
Rab, nice touch off the glass. Yeah, I heard the Dublin student section last night was even louder than Newark Memorial. That's a nice return there from Alcorn. That's back-to-back threes from number 3.
What a year for Joey Frenchwood, huh? I knew he was going to be something special after watching him last year in the States, in the NorCal Regionals. He is quite the point guard.
Anderson gets that stripped away. Here come El Cerrito. Easy pickings here for Pippins. And he takes it to the hoop. Trims the gap to 13 now. 1:25 to go. Things still looking comfortable for O'Dowd. Here's Austin with 26 points on the night. Working against Pippins. Austin almost got that taken away. Austin tipped back off the rim. Lipscomb was there for the rebound for El Cerrito. And that's going to be the 4th or the 3rd foul on Pridgett. And that sends Austin to the line here for 2. Both teams now in the double bonus. Austin misses his first. Wholesale changes here for O'Dowd. as Jeevan Sandhu and Parker Hagmeyer come onto the court. Also out right now, Jake Crudo and Austin Walker. So, no doubt, second team out on the court here for this final minute and 14 seconds. Austin's second free throw is good. The Dragons back up by 14. Well, Cerrito had foul trouble early, but they just couldn't hang in there with this powerful O'Dowd offense. And how about the night by Austin? Going above and beyond his expectations for him tonight. The super sophomore with 27 points. Quite the performance, Michael.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do my hardest to get him up here for a player of the game interview to finish off our night. And I'm glad that he outshined Rab, because how hard would it have been to get 6'10" Rab in the frame, huh?
Well, it's a bit like last night with Marcus Lee. I thought Kendall Smith was absolutely brilliant last night. I don't remember his exact line, but for every body blow that Marcus Lee delivered, Kendall Smith was there shooting lights out all night.
Well, remember, you can't – a big man can only be as effective as he is if he has a great point guard. And Deer Valley definitely has that good 1-2 combo with Kendall Smith and Marcus Lee, and just like we're going to start to see here in a couple years. I mean, they're already seniors, but like I said, wait till you see this Austin Rab combination in 2 more years. I am telling you, the Bay Area is going to be spoiled to have witnessed that.
Sullen goes to the hoop, and Jack Comback.
And look at that, just no one even there to help him up. I mean,
Comback did take a hard foul there from Sullen. Will go to the line. Crowd's starting to file out here.
So Comback and his sister, both champions. How cool is that, huh?
Yeah, it's great.
They're going to go home tonight, maybe have a chat before they go to bed. I'm a champion. No, I'm a champion. Whose medal looks shinier? There's going to be something to compete about there.
I'd say they're both probably pretty shiny. They got to be pretty happy with how today's gone. And for Bishop O'Dowd Dragon basketball fans out there, it has been about as good a day as they could imagine. Great pass inside. Unlucky there. That was Comback looking for Crudo inside. Rebound El Cerrito. Comback almost had a second attempt to reel that one in, and it's a rebound for Crudo. 34 seconds to go. Crudo to Hagmeyer. Back around to Walker. Comback from the left side. Drives into the paint, kicks it out wide. 20 seconds to go. Back to Walker.
And the shot clock pretty much dead on with the game clock.
Walker gets it to go. His first bucket. And that's a nice way for the sophomore guard to finish off his night. El Cerrito still working hard. Sullen from 3 has a go and gets it to go. That's going to do it. Dragons, though, are the North Coast Section Division III champions with an 89-78 victory over the El Cerrito Gauchos. We are going to take a break. Michael Smith is off to reel in Paris Austin, so don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, it should be a fascinating interview coming up in just a few moments in your home for high school sports, playonsports.com. Once again, the Dragons are the 2012-2013 Boys Division III champions with an 89-78 victory. Back with you in just a moment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Play On Sports and CIF Northcoast.tv post-game show here. We have two stars tonight. They're both sophomores. Stellar sophomores is what we're going with. And my first one is none other than Paris Austin. Paris, pleasure to get to have you up here as an interview subject. Now, I mean, much was made about Ivan Rabb, the guy I'm going to be getting to after you. But I didn't hear not a single Bo Peep about you until tonight. Is that the way you like it? Do you like kind of flying under the radar and then kind of showing up?
Yeah, because usually a lot of people is worrying about Ivan. So like when they double teaming Ivan, I usually get my points off like that. But yeah, I like being under the radar because usually a lot of people don't know who I am. Therefore, I can make a name for myself.
And you were doing it in all capacities tonight. You had a team-high 27. Actually, that led all scorers out there on the floor tonight. And you did it in a variety of ways. You hit a couple threes. I felt that your jumpers were on. And then you were pretty and gliding to the lane. Your free throws, it seemed like you didn't miss a beat there. Just a great all-around game. What do you feel is your biggest strength? And I guess what do you feel is your biggest weakness that you might have to work on moving into now the NorCal Regional State picture?
As of offense, my biggest will probably be shooting. I like to shoot it a lot. I work on my jumper a lot at school, but I like to think that I'm a good defender. And sometimes I lack at like kind of cutting to the basket when Ivan got the ball sometimes, because usually I sit out on the three-point a lot, but I need to work on cutting to the basket and moving without the ball.
Yeah, you said you like defense, and I thought that was another reason why we were so impressed with you. You were active. Hands were active. You were always looking for the steal in any which way. A couple steals you did get, and they did result in some fast break points. Your team is just clicking right now at the right time. You guys have won 19 in a row now, 20 in a row with this win. You guys haven't lost to a Northern California team. How are you guys doing it?
Just coming out there playing basketball every day. We work hard in practice, and it's paying off.
And how happy is it to wear one of these golden medals around your neck?
It feels real good. Last year, I was supposed to get one because I had just moved up to varsity last year, but I didn't get to get one, and it felt good to get one this year.
Awesome. And should we expect more?
Yes,
more kind of coming out parties like this in the NorCal Regional?
Yes.
Yes.
We're trying to get the state and win it.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. And now it's time for part two of our interview. So now we'll get Ivan Rabb. Once again, folks, that was Paris Austin, 27 points tonight. Phenomenal. Really scored in every variety. And now the big man himself. The man they say has a Cookie Monster-like approach for rebounds, Cookie Monster hunger. I was calling him the Big Bad Rabb. Is that one cool? You like that one?
Yeah, that's nice.
Or we could go with the mean, lean rebounding machine. However you want to put it, this guy is a beast. He's a double-double waiting to happen every night. I'm talking about Ivan Rabb, again, another sophomore, very talented sophomore. It's crazy to just think that you and Paris are sophomores playing the way you did tonight. And I was telling Paris, if you guys can somehow continue to pick each other's brains and become best friends and really develop this brother-like chemistry in the next 2 years, it's amazing to see what's going to come with you guys in your senior year. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, we are best friends. We've been playing together since the 4th grade, and we know each other's hot spots. We know where to find each other, and we're just going to continue to get better and continue to stay a family. We're real close.
Yeah, because you know that no big man is successful without a point guard to back him up, and it seems like you guys play that big man point guard role just like maybe Kobe and Shaq did when they were with the Lakers. Now, I mean, you've been noted as saying you like the attention, and you felt that you weren't having fun last year. And I was reading this article here about your Dragon Force, and I'm just thinking, I mean, you guys won North Coast section last year. You won state. How weren't you having fun?
Well, I was having fun, but at the same time, I was just waiting on my moment to go in and play. I love seeing my teammates do well. I love seeing everybody do well. I'm glad we won a lot of games, but I just wanted to play a little bit more. Which I'm not trying to be selfish or anything, but that's what I had in my head mentally.
And have you still kept in good conversation with Longoose or Ashley or any of the guys that have kind of been stars of late that are playing prominent roles in college right now?
A lot of the seniors come to our games. Only one I believe hasn't been to our game is junior.
Okay.
But everybody else has been coming to
visit. You seen Jordan Barton?
He wasn't on my team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
I believe that was the year before.
You were a freshman last year. What was it like to make it to state last year? And Was it so good that you guys have that hunger to want to be there again this year?
Oh yeah, it was a good experience because everybody says AAU basketball is different from high school, and it definitely was because every game was tougher and tougher. We never played a weak opponent. We always had every game there was somebody, 1 or 2 or 3, maybe 5 people on the team that was really good. So we always had to key in on those players and take them out and play well, execute on offense and defense.
Now let's do a little forecasting here. Let's just say, I know you can only take it one game at a time, but let's just say you do go into the Open Division, which you guys are more than likely going to do, and you do knock off the top teams that are ahead of you, and you have a date with a team that you've already played this year, depending on if they advance through the Open Division. I'm talking about Modern Day. You guys lost to them earlier this year. They're the number 2 team in the nation. Was there anything that you took away from that loss that you guys feel like you guys have worked on, and if you do see them again, you're ready for them?
Well, I think if we do so happen to play Modern Day again in the championship, I think we'll be a little bit better than last time. They have a lot of players. We have a lot of players. We just have to come ready, and we all just have to have our best game.
Okay.
As well as them.
And last question, how's it feel to have another one of these?
Feels great. Feels great.
All right, folks, that's Ivan Rabb. Once again, another stellar sophomore. They have 2 guys that, I'm telling you, I told Paris this, and Rabb already knows the deal. These guys continue to keep progressing and playing the way they did tonight. Man, they can go to any college they so choose to play basketball, and that's going to be a lovely thing. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I know you have a lot of celebrating to do with your friends and family, but not too much because you guys are going to be getting right back at it,
next week.
Practicing it next week for the States and NorCal Regionals. So enjoy it tonight, and then practice hard, and we can't wait to see you in the playoffs. Huh?
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, once again, give it up for Ivan Rabb and Paris Austin. Look, he's going to sneak in the shot a little bit. There we go. They are our stellar sophomores and our co-players of the game here on the PlayOnSports.com post-game show. We'll be right back, Stephen and I, to wrap things up here from Dublin High School. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Post-game show here on PlayOnSports.com, CIF NorthCoast.tv. Michael K. Smith, also known as Mike on the mic, alongside Steven, and I've self-proclaimed him All Davies. Steven, it was an all-day affair for us here at Dublin High School.
It felt like it, too.
3 games that were very, very fun to watch. I'm not going to say they were close because they weren't all close, and this one looked close, this last one, but then at the end kind of turned into a rout. The first 2, definitely strong performances by the championship teams. I guess, let's start with this game, being that it's the most recent. We'll do that, and then we'll kind of encapsulate the whole day. But in this game, I did point out 27 and 24 for Paris Austin and Ivan Rabb. And then just what'd you think of them? I mean,
I think, if anything, underclassmen rule at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at Bishop O'Dowd, you got 2 sophomore guards for the ladies, and Asia Robertson and Asia Thomas, and then of course you got the guys. You got Ivan Rabb and Paris Austin. I mean, they went off tonight.
Yeah.
Austin in particular, he was unstoppable. And Rabb had the game that we kind of expected him to have. He wasn't quite as dominant as I thought he would be. Of course, you think back to how Marcus Lee played last night. We keep bringing up that comparison.
Right. Well, it's a good one to make.
But Rabb, in his own right, took control of that game. Slowly but surely, he got involved in this game tonight. El Cerrito didn't have an answer. They were game tonight for sure. They definitely played hard, but O'Dowd just that little bit better, both for the girls and for the boys as well.
Well, I saw a very happy Carlos Arriaga. As I was waiting for our players.
He's got to be grinning like a Cheshire cat, I would think.
Yeah,
at this point.
he's pretty ecstatic, and he knows that both of his teams should get invited to participate in the Open Division come
I would
NorCal
imagine
time.
so.
And he pictures his girls' team being a number 1 seed. He pictures the boys being somewhere around the neighborhood of a 3, maybe a 4, as he says that Salesian will probably take the first seed.
Right.
And then the second, I'm drawing a blank on who he said as the second seed, but then the third and fourth would be a toss-up between either him and Archbishop Mitty to determine that. So with that in mind, yes, he was talking the second seed being Sheldon out of the Sac Joaquin section.
So we got to see last year against Jesuit in
Sheldon,
in the
who returned a lot of players with Takari Allen and they're kings of South Sacramento, if you will. But he's really happy. And I asked him, I said, "Do we know about Paris Austin this whole time?" He said, "I knew about it, but I wasn't expecting this." And he's like, I think this is kind of his coming out party.
Indeed, it was tonight, and I think it's safe to say Asia Thomas had a similar sort of affair here tonight as well. Of course, they had a great game going back to last year to the state championship, but yeah, tonight 2 sophomore stars are born, and we'll see. I don't know, maybe the sophomore junior king and queen of the homecoming court, perhaps for Bishop O'Dowd, but they certainly
that's quite the prognosticator.
Yeah,
there.
Well, you never know, but I'm just saying they are certainly. Stars were born here tonight at Dublin High School for Bishop O'Dowd, and that's why they are the boys and the girls champion for 2012-2013.
Yeah, and then we can't forget the first game, the Division II girls final as well, with Caron Dillette just completely outmatching and controlling the pace and tempo of the game against Clayton Valley. I give Clayton Valley tremendous respect for the way that they hung in there, and Coach Bernard Barnes was awesome in talking to me prior to the game. But Margaret Gartner, she really is building herself quite a program. She is really the female version of the legendary guy who just stepped down right across the street, Bob Lattiser, in the way of her team just always being there. You can always count on Carondelet being there, and they should advance to the Open Regional, I guess, as well. And what a matchup that would be if we were able to see them and Bishop O'Dowd go at it. I mean, you have both teams kind of like to run it. Carondelet, I think, runs it a more of an up-tempo game better because they're not as tall as Bishop O'Dowd. Bishop O'Dowd can run more of the half-court offense, but I just think that would be a great matchup to see. And the lights are dawning down upon us. So any final words here as we wrap this thing up from the 2013 CIF champions, Division II girls, Division III girls, and Division III boys from Dublin High?
Overall, a fascinating weekend of basketball action, both in the North Coast section and, of course, the Oakland section as well. I think all the teams that won were well-deserved champions. I think there were certainly some close games. But, things looking good for NorCal, I think, going on to regionals and then to the state. And it's a shame that we won't be back until state championship weekend. But, boy, those are going to be some intriguing matchups in the meantime. So we're certainly looking forward to getting back to work here in a couple weeks' time as we move up to, what's it called, Sleep Train Arena.
Well, we can worry about Sacramento another time. All I know is that the Biggity-Biggity-O is where it's at for basketball.
Indeed.
They've always been the city that's hosted, for the longest time. It used to be San Francisco, but they're the city that represents the Bay Area's only professional basketball team. And boy, did they make a statement with the teams that they have in the championships this week, starting with Thursday night, and McClymonds winning both the boys and the girls for the city of Oakland in the Oakland sections. And then tonight, the same here with Bishop O'Dowd, Catholic school out of Oakland, getting themselves the boys and girls championships for their section in their division. So right now, it is good to be playing basketball in the city of Oakland. Well, folks, for everyone involved in this broadcast, I'd like to thank our producer, Omar Lewis. I'd like to thank our videographer, Aaron, who came on and helped us with the second game. And then, who is it, Marissa, that helped us out with
Marissa also was shooting game.
With the third game. And then even Stephen Davies.
Yeah,
this guy, I'll tell you what, I only aspire to be more like him. One of these days, he's going to have to teach me a camera just in case I have to do it. And to be able to do camera and broadcaster, I'm a bit jealous. This guy, Stephen Davies, he works hard all day. So, folks, I think our day is done.
I think so.
We're going to
shut off.
Yeah, we're going to pack it up here from Dublin High School. Lovely gymnasium that hosted all 3 games this afternoon and evening. And thank you so much, folks, for just sticking around and paying attention and viewing our games and listening to us. We really appreciate all the fanship and the followship. And please, don't just think that we're over after tonight. We have plenty more action coming with you. Check out playonsports.com for a schedule of the events. Also, go to CIF northcoast.tv for those of you that are particularly interested in the North Coast section, as North Coast section, CIF northcoast.tv is your source for anything and everything high school sports in the North Coast section for both boys and girls. So we're going to get on out of here. I just want to encourage you all to have a great rest of your opening weekend to the season of spring. Remember, March Madness is here, and it's going to be a month full of wonderful basketball action, both high school, pros, and college. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.
Bye.